I'm Dajha.
It's your boy Tyler.
Let's go!
And we are back with another video. I was meant to, thank you. But we are back and we're doing what we do every day, living life to the full and to the best of our ability as we know how. With that being said, y'all know what to do. Go down below, like, share, subscribe, and comment. Please, 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 please hit that bell notification on the side so that it will notify you every time we post a video. Today, tonight, evening, whatever time it is, right? Whatever time it is in your world, in your time zone, we're gonna talk about our do's and don'ts that we've learned in our 7 months of being married. We're coming up on our first year anniversary in August. We have been together for a whole year in marriage, y'all. And let me tell you something, marriage is not for the weak.
It's definitely
and it ain't for the small and hard, but it is for the strong. And so we're gonna talk about do's and don'ts, at least what we've learned, what works in our marriage, and maybe some of these nuggets will help you in yours, what we've learned in the last 7 months. And I'm gonna let DJ start off with whatever, do's or don'ts.
Well, I've learned what I've learned as a married woman is to always stick up for your man and to always take his side, you know, in front of everybody. In front of everybody. That is very important because people feed off of weak moments. And it's sad to say, but it is so true. People feed off of downfalls, you know, they feed off of failures. You have people that is like that. Now you'll have some that'll come and tell you if they really want to see you prosper in any and everything that you do, especially in marriage, they'll say, hey, next time, you know, you do it like this or you respond like this. But what I've learned is to always to stick up for your mate, especially in front of people, because you never know first of all, who wants to be in your shoes. You never want to. There are some
lusters out there.
Yeah, a lot of people will lust after your mate, and sometimes you have to ignore that unless they go too far. Cause girl,
yeah, that's when you post. What?
Girl,
when
they take it too far, you know. But whether that is through the good and the bad, always stick up for your mate. And
always.
If it is a bad,
wait till y'all get by yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Wait till you guys get by yourself. And you talk about it and you be honest and you tell the truth, you know, because one thing about marriage, communication, well, God, communication, and knowledge. Love is like the last thing. All of those are very key because, you know, if you don't communicate, how you gonna know if your significant other feel this way or that way? So yeah.
One of the don'ts that I've learned in the last 7 months is you never let someone's opinion outside, whether that be family, whether that be friends or whatever, overrank your husband or your wife. Your husband and wife, or either one, you know, whoever it applies to, their opinion is what matters the most. If y'all have decided, we're gonna do this, we're gonna go here, we're gonna spend this, you know, be very mindful when people, you know, first of all, be careful who you talk to, family and friends, and just be mindful of what you share. Everything shouldn't be shared what goes on in your house with family or friends. It's just not a healthy thing for a marriage, especially if you're just not getting started. I learned that quick. There are just certain things I just cannot tell my family. You know, there are certain things she can't tell hers because my family's type, they're very protective of me. You know what I'm saying? And so even if we, you know, and they mean well, you know, and that's not just family, that's friends, they mean well, but you have to do what's best for you and your spouse. So that's a don't I've learned. Don't ever allow anyone's opinion to overrank for me, my wife and whoever, husband, you know, because you don't never want them to feel like, oh, I'm not being heard. Because if they can't talk to you, then someone can slip in and they be like, dang, I wish I could get this in my husband. You know what I'm saying? And then that's just how the enemy creeps his way in. So.
Another do is to defend your husband in everything. Because you have people that's going to try you, sir or ma'am. They're going to try you. Okay? And you definitely have to use wisdom when responding to people, because people can trigger some things that you've experienced, some things that you know that the Lord did deliver you from. You know, one of the things that they can say can trigger you going back to how you used to be.
People gonna always be people.
You know, and I'm not saying that I have like a feisty background, but I don't let people, you know, overstep. You're not gonna overstep. Right. That's just not gonna happen. And for you that is watching this, I love everybody, but I am an observer and I'm very reserved because people, when they see me off camera and stuff like that, they just like, hey, they be expecting me to be how I am on camera. And I do have a bubbly personality, but I'm an observer first, you know. So you just always have to be careful, because when they see the vulnerability, they will take advantage of that. And start overstepping and like little things that they say like, oh well, he ain't doing that. Hold on, so hold on. You worry about you, okay? That's what I got the Lord for, and that's what I got my knees for, to pray. You know, so you want to make sure you're always defending. Always. Never let anybody talk down on your mate. And you check yourself when it comes down to the time when you get so mad and you want to talk down on him or her. You know, you just have to be mindful. You have to use wisdom even when it's you guys at the house and outside of the house. So always defend your husband, defend your wife, defend, and when you have children, defend your children. So yeah, what's the do?
Another do or don't rather. Don't feel like you are obligated to tell anybody anything that goes on inside of your marriage, and not just that. Don't feel like don't feel like you have to explain to anybody why you're marrying the person you're marrying. You know what I'm saying? If you prayed about it and God has given you that confirmation that this is your wife or this is your husband, everybody else can, you know, kick rocks. Because at the end of the day, you know, they can say what they want to say, but it's y'all two that's the one that got to go home. Y'all got to get together, not you and everybody else's opinion. You know what I'm saying? So never feel like you have to explain why you do what you do, the decisions that you two make together. You know what I'm saying? I made that mistake, and I used to be like, you know, well, maybe they need, you know, they're looking out for my good, but I had to realize that I'm grown, I'm married, and I can't afford allowing outsiders to trump what I do here, especially because I'm the man of this house. You know what I'm saying? So if they can run my house, then I'm less than a man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So you just definitely want to be careful.
Yeah, and always, man, always. This is a do too. Make sure you do this consistently. Don't make sure that you are open with your wife. It's a do and a don't. So make sure that you're open with your wife, but please don't hide nothing. Y'all, don't hide nothing at all, y'all. That is it. The worst thing is knowing that you could have told them and them finding out. You know what I'm saying? That's worse than, that's like you lying, but it's like worse than lying. You know what I'm saying? Because to them, they're saying in their mind, okay, I made it open where you can come to me and you didn't. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, we was in that at one point, like DJ found out something. I didn't say nothing. I was going to tell her, but it just, you know how us men, we just be like, I'll get to it. You know, it kept slipping my mind. Yeah. And all of a sudden she sat me down and was like, what's this? You know, and I was just like, yeah, ain't no need me lying. I mean, I was like, you know, it is what it is. So, but what I had to realize was it would have came over different had I said, look, this, that. You know what I'm saying? Then she wouldn't have to be like, oh, so why is this person texting you? Or why, you know, who is this? And why you didn't tell me about, you know what I'm saying? Those things matter to women. I know they seem small to us men, but they married to women. Another thing I'll say is too, don't ever have a friend that your spouse cannot meet. There is no such thing as we're friends and your spouse don't know them. I'm just gonna be honest. Like every friend that's a girl that I have, Dajha knows. Every one of them, DJ know. DJ has met them. You know what I'm saying? That was to keep peace between Dajha and I. DJ really didn't have that many people she would hang around, but the one dude that she stayed around, he's like a brother to me. You know, so there ain't, and then I'm very mindful when girls try to come to me and say, hey, let's just be friends. Yeah, I don't need no more friends. You know what I'm saying? You have to be mindful with that too, because it'll start off as friendship, but then, you know, you and your spouse get mad and all of a sudden so you have to kill all that. So yeah. Yeah,
definitely. And again, y'all, we are just giving this advice because it works.
We've been through this.
Yeah, we've been
in the last 7 months.
Yeah, we've experienced these things, and we know in marriage you're never gonna stop experiencing. Child, you learn something new every day. Now, when the old people used to say that, you learn something new about your partner every day.
Every day.
Like it's a never-ending lesson.
Yeah.
Okay. So once again, like I was saying, we're saying this because it is what works best for us. You know what I'm saying? We're not telling you guys to do this. It is just some pointers and some advice on, you know, what we've experienced and what we've learned and what we've done in certain situations.
Right.
Which leads me to my next point. The first thing we should have said is to always keep God first.
Always. Make sure that.
You always want to keep God first.
Yes, Lord. Seek him in everything y'all do.
Yes.
Every decision.
Make sure you pray together.
Yes. Yes.
And that's just, the closer you are with God, the closer you guys can be with each other.
Yes. Your relationship here will make these relationships here balanced. If this is on point, these will never go out of whack, because this is always on point. But if this is off, this will be off.
Definitely. Yeah. And you never let nobody come in between you and God.
That's right. Set boundaries. Spouse. Yes. Yes.
Because everything, charity, love, and understanding, all that starts at home.
At the house.
Honor starts at the house.
At the house.
Then it spreads abroad.
Right. And another thing too, people can tell when Dajha and I would go out, people could tell when me and her were mad at each other. Or when someone, people can read you. And let me tell you something, don't ever think that you're so good that people can't read you. They can't read you. You know what I'm saying? So just be very mindful when y'all in public, y'all are forced unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? Like, we used to do stupid stuff. Like, I would sit on the other side, she would sit on the other side. You know, it's just dumb stuff. You never, ever let people outside know that y'all are at odds. When you're in front of people, you are force united. And I'm saying what nobody else say. Now, when you get home, you know, talk about do what you got to do. But when you're in front of them people, come on, baby. You be mad. She don't want you touching. She don't want you to say nothing to it. We walk. Now, I'll never forget one time we went somewhere and, she was so mad at me. But I wasn't finna, you know, I was smart. I was like, So I said, I was getting all up on her. She, move, don't touch me. I was wrapping all around her. Yeah, she told me something. You get on my nerve. She was just, don't touch me. Move. I said, I was rubbing on her arm. She, don't touch me. Oh, she was mad. She was heated. And I would not leave her alone because I understood there is somebody out here that already watches our stuff. And it ain't just because some people looking at, oh my goodness, they're a good couple. There are some people that want to be who you are to that person. Feel like they can do better than what you do. I want to that's why you have to be the man to tell your wife, look, okay, we all upset. When we in public, ain't no man gonna be able to top my place. That's how your wife should feel. Your wife should feel about her man. If a man was to walk up to her, you ain't gotta tell me nothing, 'cause my husband already told me that. My husband already handled me. You know what I'm saying? Your wife ought to be able to say, can't no man handle me like my husband can. You know what I'm saying? Like, to this day, my bishop, he's going to be with the Lord. But his wife can tell you, he's taking care of her from the grave. But when he was alive, she would always say, you can't handle me like Joe can. That's how it's supposed to be. You never let anyone see that y'all are at odds. And don't be quick to run out and vent to everybody when you get in trouble. When y'all get into it, y'all, Make sure if you got to table it, go in separate rooms. Listen, I've done it. But do not be quick to vent about your marriage to everybody, because listen, you may forgive them. Everybody ain't you, especially when it comes to your family. They're not going to be as quick to change. You know what I'm saying? You may forgive them, but the family be like,
They still holding on.
You know, 10 years coming down, y'all got they got children coming in, they still mad at what you told them the first time. You know what I'm saying? So just be very mindful that, like, when we get into it, I used to, my homeboy, I used to go to him all the time and vent. And he never would tell it, but I had to realize that he was single. I'm not. And he's not married. He's just dating. I'm married. So he looking at us as the example. And if I'm always going to him complaining, he ain't gonna never want to get mad, because in his mind, he gonna feel like, well, dang, that what matters. Like, I want to be in it. You know what I'm saying? And I've had to realize people look up to us. So when
you never know.
You don't.
Until a moment comes.
Yeah. So what I do now, if I'm mad with DJ or something, you know, I just go in another room. I may go walking or whatever. I just be to myself, or I just won't say nothing. But that's until we're able to come back and talk to each other. Which for me, my anger is it lasts longer than DJ's. When I get mad, it takes me like half a day to calm down. Because when I get mad, I don't.
Getting better.
When I tell you, well, yeah, I say that. Because when I first met DJ, and she first, you see my anger, man, my anger would last all day. She was trying to talk to me, I ain't even want to say nothing to her. I'll be so mad. That's how mad I'll be. But now, I'm like, I'm starting to force myself or train myself. You don't let the sun go down on your wrath angry with each other, ever.
Yeah,
you
that's what I was going to say.
You never do that. I've made that mistake so many times.
Never leave the door open, or not even an inch for the devil to come in and, you know, have somebody else to just pass by. You know, they can be smelling good at the right moment. They can be looking good at the right moment. They can see and feel your emotions at the right moment. So the thing is to never, you know, if you guys are at odds with each other, handle that stuff now. Do not put off today what you can do. Do not put off tomorrow.
Don't put off for tomorrow what you can do today.
That. Amen. And so that is very important. Like, and when I say, like, people be trying, first of all, people, regardless, they don't respect marriage.
Let's just go and say this right now. People are going to be attracted to you. Let's just going to put it out there. You're going to have men that's going to be attracted to the women. Some may even be attracted to the men. You're going to have women attracted to the man. Some may even be attracted to the woman. But what you have to realize as a couple, what we've had to realize is this. I have her. And if I do my part, you know what I'm saying, then I ain't got nothing to worry about. Now, if she decides to go out there and be dumb, you know what I'm saying, it's not, you can't blame yourself. But if y'all made that agreement that in this marriage, you're doing your part, she's doing her part, nobody on the outside, you won't have time to look at nobody on the outside, because this right here is straight. And what'll happen is, if y'all two are locked together, nothing can come between this. Nothing can come between this. A 3-cord is not easily broken. If you remember the person that's holding that marriage together, that 3rd cord, which is Jesus Christ, no one should be able to come between. That's why I say make sure, y'all, you are constantly keeping God first. I'm telling you, we have had some terrible moments in this house. We've had some rough moments, but we lived through it. You know what I'm saying? We live another day. Someday we ain't want to talk to each other, but I had to realize that the enemy will literally use small things to make y'all just dislike each other. And be careful when you're mad, don't just say everything that comes to your mind. Because let me tell you, I promise you can't take it back. There are some things I have said that I wish I could take back.
And some things I've said I wish I could take back.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't care how you apologize. I don't care how you try to get gifts. That will always be in their mind. That will always be in the back of their mind. So I'm very mindful. Like what I do, if I feel myself getting real heated, I will literally grab my mouth and just won't say nothing. DJ be calling my name, I don't say nothing. And just to keep me from saying something I know I shouldn't say.
Right, and as the mate, you have to respect that, because not only is it maturity on their part, but you have to be mature enough in that area to respect the fact that they're trying to respect you in that moment, even though the anger wants to overtake that moment and allow them to say these mean and hurtful things. When you're angry, when you're full of emotions and stuff like that. Right. Nothing ever comes out right. And that's just the truth. So, and I'm the type of person, like, I'll get, okay, over time, it's like, over time, my stuff will build up. But, like, me and Tyler are opposites. So, the way that he responds to dealing with anger is not going to be the same way that I respond, because we're two different people, and we've learned that we have to do two different things to take action in progressing and being productive in our relationship. So it is very key to give your mate that time, that space, because you can't forget about, you know, taking care, always praying for yourself to be the best for your mate, and always doing better for yourself to be the best for your mate. So all that matters. All that plays a role. You know,
one last thing, well, it'll be my last thing. God, I just had it in my mind, Lord, bring it back to me. Oh, please remember, y'all, I know there are people that say, well, the man's supposed to take care of everything. The woman ain't supposed to pay no bills. Let me tell you, what we've learned, it's whatever works best for you two.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There are some marriages where the man makes the money and he gives the money to the woman to pay all the bills. There are some where the woman will help the man pay some of the bills. It's whatever works in your house, and you don't have to tell nobody how y'all work the system for y'all. It's whatever makes y'all marriage flow. It's whatever make your day go by. Don't worry about everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Also, women and men, women more so, because women are made to be the helpmeet to the man. You are there to be the helpmeet, not the nag and pain inside. Don't nag him. Don't always, he don't never do nothing. Build your man. Affirm him. Build him up. Give him physical touch. Communications. Quality time. Men, we are the protectors. We are the coverers. Make sure your wife feels protected. Nothing should come where your wife feels like you don't protect her. You know what I'm saying? Daisy will tell you right now, if you try her, you will pull out the nigga in me. And I have done it before. Okay? People people call me, oh, you so sweet and nice, man. You so funny. Yeah. But then when it's a time, there's the other side I don't like people to see. But it has come out. And when that person comes out, nobody can tame them. But God. That's it. And I'm talking about it gets real ugly. So that's one thing about it. I don't play when it comes to DJ. I don't play when it comes to my family. I am very protective. I am very protective. So always make your home, and make sure that you are being the priest over your home. No other man should have to come in your house and tell you how to rule your home. You are the priest of your home. And that's what God gave. That's why he gave it to you. So if you need help, you know, God is always there to teach us in his word. But there are also men that God can put in our lives. Like I have my father-in-law, I have my uncle, I have my stepfather. These are men that God has placed in my life as examples on how you treat your wife, how you do for your wife. Men, gifts ain't always the thing that your wife wants. Sometimes your wife just wants quality time. Sometimes your wife just wants you to know that her nails just got her nails did, or her toenails did.
You guys have to learn each other's love language.
And learn and love each other from that other person's, from your spouse's love language. Not based on how you would love them from the way that their communication level comes from.
And what he means by that is it is easy for you to love and show support the way that you want it shown to you.
Right.
But you have to learn how to learn from their perspective, and to give love and give support, give quality time from their perspective. I remember one time I did something for him the way I wanted him to do for me, and he did something for me the way that he wanted me to do it for him, if that makes sense. So it was like reverse. That's why I say you have to know your mates. You have to know your mate's love language. If you got to take the test, take the test. They actually have a book on it as well. And it's a learning process, y'all. Like marriage is.
It is. We are learning as we go.
Yeah. One lady told us, she said it's a job that you never clock out on.
Yeah.
And when she said that, I was like, oh my gosh, like I have never heard nobody ever say that. She said you clock in and you put in work every day. And guess what?
Yeah.
Your payments is peace and growth.
Yeah. And you know, at the end of the day, people say, well, marriage seems like, you know, people are scared of marriage, they're scared of commitment, but you know, marriage is not bad at all. It's really not. Because I mean, now I don't even have to go nowhere. I'm gonna sit in the house all day if I wanted to.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't like to be around people like that. I like to be home and just sitting at the house. Just knowing she in the house is fine with me. We don't even have to be all under each other. You know, I just like to be in the house knowing she in the house. Weird, but that's just how we operate. That's how we operate.
That's true.
When we were dating, you know, we had time. We wouldn't even be on the phone. We would just be on the phone, just sitting on the phone.
Yeah. Dating is very different from marriage.
Very much so. I have learned that. And you have to realize, too, when you get married, you cannot treat them as if they're your girlfriend. It's a whole new thing.
It's a whole nother role.
Whole nother role. And I had to learn that. And you also have to realize, me and you lead the house. It's God, the man, the wife, the children. That is the order. So we pray that we have said some things. These are things that we've learned in the last 7 months of our marriage. Some we've been great at, some not so great. But you know, we're learning every day. We're learning every day. And like she said, we put in the work. With that being said, for our new followers, please, y'all, if you're just coming in, make sure that you subscribe. Hit the bell notification, y'all, so you can be notified every time we post them. Don't forget that we post at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. 5 p.m. Be looking forward, set your calendar, set your clocks. 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Once we make it to 10,000 subscribers, we're going to start posting on selective days. But until then, we're going to just be posting, giving y'all content because we've been in the absent. But we get back at it now, baby.
And always feel free to give input.
Always.
We do go back and read the comments. Now, we may not respond to everything and all that, but we read the comments. And I be taking heed to what you guys say. You guys say that you want more pranks and stuff like that. We've been doing that, you know.
Somebody said story time.
Yeah, and you guys like story time too. And you know, whatever you are wanting us to do more of, just let us know. And maybe, you never know, it could possibly be a part 2 from this, you know.
Right.
Y'all just tell us.
It's on y'all. But with that being said, we love y'all.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.